Team Sports, the best fantasy podcast in America, at least. I think the world probably. Um, Probably, a great weekend in the Kingdom, man. It was a lot of tough battles. What was the stat, Ruben? You said it was like within how many points?
4 out of the 5 games were within 6 points.
Man, I thought I was on the wrong end of that, but me and the Warden went at it. We came out victorious. We'll get to that, but we gotta get to the game of the week because we did call this game of the week, right? You and Seraphim.
I don't
Well, yeah,
remember.
whatever. This is my game of the week. I just want to, I'll give my
I
opinion
don't
after, but
remember.
whoever wants to go first, they can go first. It was just special game.
Sarah, if you want me to go first? All right. So just so everyone knows, I played Seraphine. Um,
Yeah, you can go first.
and I won 108.9 to 107.52.
Oh,
I was down 10 and then I was down, yeah, I was down like 10.2 or some shit. And Kyler Murray rushes a 44-yard touchdown. And stopped running at the 15-yard line, started jogging. Like it was the easiest thing I ever seen. And wow, that was a crazy moment. But it was a really, really good game. Seraphine's team stepped up. Brees Hall shut me up. He went nuts. Gibbs, 28 points. I scored Bijan Robinson. So he won that matchup. Josh Allen didn't do bad. I mean, in real life, he threw 323 yards. Like, really good game. But I mean, it's tough. I mean, it was a roller coaster. I thought in the beginning I was gonna win.
Hmm.
Middle of the day, I thought he was gonna win, and then like a little bit later in the day, I thought I was gonna win again, and then I thought he was gonna win after Brees Hall. I was like, all right, well that's bullshit. But Justin
man.
Tucker was annoying on Monday, and obviously, we talked a lot of shit last week. I was
Yeah,
really hoping to win that game, and I'm happy I did. But that was like one of the most fun games I played in a minute. So that was a really good game. I think everyone stepped up, and both sides had some bullshit. Tank Dell was healthy the whole game, but they only threw 55 passing yards.
yeah,
So the Packers locked that up. Brandon Ayuk, damn, it's tough towards ACL. I think if he didn't, I think he beats me. Diggs was a part of getting locked up too with Tank Dell. And Cool, I'm used to Cool getting me 12, 15, 18, 22. And, he didn't
okay.
do that. He got me one. So, and Washington's defense stepped up for me. So it was a great
Yeah.
game. And now that is 6 straight wins for your boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting week. I love the slow start. Ruben hates the slow
Oh,
starts
you
to
talking
the
about
football
my
games, but
Snapchat in the
that's
morning?
because he wants Justin Jefferson to have 30 points in the first quarter. Um, yeah, so like he complains just a little like background of like slow games, but I love the slow games because it was a good game. I was in it, from the very beginning. But honestly, like going into Monday, um, I still had, I think it was just Justin Tucker, and you had Kyler Murray, and it was just a weird thought to think like Kyler Murray just wouldn't have a decent game, right? Because I think I was up like what 9 points going into Monday. So like to think Murray couldn't cover Justin Tucker, it was such a tough game. Yeah, I think my players played well.
Mm.
I never thought I was in it uh, going into Monday, but it was a weird feeling to get home, and I'm like, damn, I'm up like 10 points. Kyler Murray, like he was actually doing really bad. I think he had 4 points up until the half, right? So Ruben won essentially on that 43-yard run. Um, Man, frustrating. But I think it's a bigger tell of your team, Ruben, and the holes that you have. We're gonna get into these other games, but Like if I'm you, like I feel like yeah, I did lose, but I do feel better than I think you should. I've got a quarterback. You don't. You got bailed out by your defense. I think it was a solid performance by my team, and you got bailed out way more. And it was difficult not to punish, but we'll get into it. But Ty put up like 136 points, if I'm not mistaken. That's your competition. You're playing him every week
Can I
because
respond
that
to
might be
that,
the
Just before you
championship
go,
playoff,
Jesse?
and
Yeah, of course,
if
of
this is
course.
the championship
No,
round, we lose. So
he gets his response.
I
Okay.
had to do something about quarterback. No, we are gonna go to the next
He
matchup
said,
if we
"Fuck
can.
Jesse too."
And by the way, your face is frozen, sir. Just to seem like
Um,
it makes it seem like you're paying attention when you're actually not.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
gotta fix
Surfing,
it. But
actually, it's funny you thought that. I literally thought the
yeah, you can
reverse.
go
I
ahead. You
thought
can
this
go
showed
ahead.
more holes in your team than me because, like, okay, you had Josh Allen, Gibbs, Brees Hall, Drake London. So I'm just gonna read those numbers out. Josh Allen, 21, Gibbs, 28, Brees Hall, 20, Drake London, 12.3. After that, 2.3, 3.5, 2.3, 5.0. And then your kicker, if you have a good kicker, but like just lack of depth from your team as opposed to mine. It was more well-rounded. Like Diggs had 2.3, but I had Justin Jefferson on that other side, 14.4. So Brock Bowers, 9.3. You have Evan Ingram. So actually, I don't view it that way. I don't you and fucking Ty saying I don't have a quarterback. Kyler Murray is the sixth ranked quarterback in the league. I don't understand this idea that I don't have a quarterback. I had two, and then Tomlin said, "Fuck that." So, and Jonathan Taylor didn't play, and that's something that you and Ty just don't understand. And Ty
Yeah,
tried being a victim too. I ain't trying to go back to that game, but if I did this, if I did that, motherfucker, I didn't have three of my guys. So, um, I just view it differently than you do. I think this shows the resilience of my team. This shows that I find different ways to win. When I need to score X amount of points, I do. And just I'm sorry, bro. Holes in my team. I don't understand that bullshit. So great game. Griffin.
yeah. I mean, I think so. Like your quarterback situation, it's
I
tough, right?
am, but
Russell
that's just a
Wilson
get.
won. So that's gotta like hurt, right? You're probably rooting for Russell Wilson to lose so that they can put Justin Fields. But because Fields is the better quarterback, fantasy wise, I think. But you lost that. And so Murray's been inconsistent. I just you're doing all this work, Ruben, to make the playoffs, to get to the championship, and it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good right now. Yeah, I may have
Yeah,
holes,
so
but the light at the end of the tunnel is, Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. And it's tough for him as a player and as a career, him personally, sure. But for me, it has made my life way easier. It's not about, like, I got to ride the talent here. Like, I can't start JMO. I can't start, these other guys because you got to ride
well,
that
fucking
Ayuk upside. Um, so light at the end of the tunnel, my friend, for me. And I got Cole Kmet coming back. But other than once get Cole Kmet back, Stephon Diggs, a little blip on the radar. But with Nico Collins out,
you
Stephon is moving
you
up.
you
I
talk
mean,
about the what would you say
I'm
upside?
well
You
rounded.
bring up Jamison Williams, bro. His
I don't know
upside
if
is
you
fucking
are.
steroids, and that's why he's out for 2 weeks. So you know, I don't care,
I think it was like misunderstood. Like his therapist said he could
bro. You
take
weren't at the
it,
doctor's
but his
office. Shut the
therapist is an
fuck up. You weren't
idiot. Like
there.
it's a 2 day suspension. Like I don't know if you can really get a lot. Like if it was like if it was the entire
All
season,
right,
then like yeah, this dude was
go ahead,
juicing. But a
Jesse.
2 day, like he just used the
Yeah,
wrong
I thought
cream.
this was just tooth and nail. Two great weeks. Like you say, IU getting hurt. That hurts, but then again, he's been asked. So I mean, like he's right around his average at 2 points. So I mean, I don't know if I could expect too much more. That's usually what he gets, around 2 to 3. Um, then we're looking at Diggs. When the attention's on him, no Nico Collins. I think it might be a little bit too much for him. He's just a little bit past his prime. He's dealing with Offset and Cardi B. He's just don't got his head in it. Ruben's team. I think Brian Robinson Jr. has been a great pickup. You can't really call Ruben's team having any holes except for I don't know what happened this week with someone hurt this week.
JT was out.
Jonathan Taylor was out. Okay.
And CD Lamb.
Let's see Lamb. And Tank Dell, like I said, he's just a worse version of Will Fuller.
Yeah.
So I mean, the depth's not there on Ruben's team. I will say that, like bench wise, it's not a great bench.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very starter heavy, which is fine. Especially when they're all superstars. So like that Ruben's holes is his bench, but he makes up for it with having like a crazy ass starting lineup. But anyways, good game. I think the better team won. I think Seraphin finally got a good week from Gibbs and Hall, and he wasted it with an L. And I think that's tough. I think that you gotta win when Hall and Gibbs give you 20 each, and Allen's giving you 20. You gotta pull these wins out, and to lose this
Let's
one,
go.
it kills some momentum. So it was a great win by Ruben. Moving on to the next game. Let's go to Chopped and Drew versus La Familia. Another close one. Drew won by 5, 90.94 to. I'm sorry, La Familia won by 5, 90.94 to 85.1. Chubb's return, mediocre, but they gave him, the commensurate 1-yard touchdown. Welcome back. I don't know if I've really seen too much, but it's good. He scored a touchdown. It's always good to just have him. I think that at the end of the day, running backs are thin as fuck right now, so any running back will help. Najee Harris looks really different. Bucky Irving. I mean, Bucky. I gotta start hating on Buck, man. This guy just comes out with the lunch pail, hard hat, just goes to work.
The new guy to hate, Bucky.
No, I just started off just kind of clowning him, like, oh, Bucky Irving scored. Like, I don't know, dude. Bucky Irving scored, like, with Mike Evans, Goodwin. Some people that, they played in the National Football League for a minute. La Familia is crumbling at the seams, but somehow pulls out a win here. Juju with 0, Tyreek Hill with 1.3. I mean, how the hell did he win this? Oh, Digger the kicker, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro,
21
on Monday night, he had 55 fucking points by Lamar and Dicker, and that's how he came
That's
back.
insane.
Sick for Drew. That's tough.
That's insane. Wow. Yeah, that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, Lamar wouldn't stop. I mean, just to carry on, Lamar would not stop. Just a classic performance from the quarterback one. Probably and the MVP so far. I don't like to MVP. Let's wait till Thanksgiving before we start talking about who's the real MVP. The NFL and in the NBA, but that's something different. But heartbreaker for Drew. I think a couple back-to-back terrible, heartbreaking losses. I think he lost to Surfing. You beat him last week, 2 weeks ago.
Drew?
Before I kicked your ass, you beat him.
You didn't kick my ass. Did I beat Drew? I don't even remember. I think I did.
I think you did.
I think maybe last week.
But yeah, Devontae Smith just not good. I mean, 1 reception, -2 yards. I don't know if he got hurt or not, but that's just not good. Christian Kirk, 2.4. And the upside for Alonso is, Tyreek Hill's getting Tua back. Cooper Kupp is back. So, here we go. Does Alonso have one more run of just can he go with a bang? And we'll see when CMC comes back. He might be coming back in the next couple of weeks. So, maybe Alonso's got some juice left. But great win by Alonso. Big time win. And I love that what he said in the Snapchat, we're still La Familia. So I got chills when he said that. I was like, there he is. That's the guy we know. So that was dope.
Yeah, I think this was just the story of who wanted it more. And Alonso wanted it more. I think Drew is very passive now. He's not in it. He's traded away his entire team.
Wow.
If Drew would have kept AJ Brown, right? How many points did AJ Brown have this week? Right? Would that have would have Drew won it? This trade's gonna haunt Drew the entire season. Was it a good trade? Did it make sense to trade away AJ Brown? Raheem Heat I think is on the IR, so it doesn't really matter there. But did these young pieces like Keon Coleman, who's not starting, Devonta
Olave.
Smith putting up minus -0.2. Um, so interesting season ahead for Drew, but I think again, sorry, just who wanted it more. And Alonso had started the right quarterback, started the right kicker. You got that win. The next
All
one.
right. I like it. Who wanted it more? Drew just didn't really want this one.
He
I
didn't want
guess.
it.
According to Seraphin, he
He didn't want it.
didn't want it too
If he
bad.
wanted
And
it,
Drew
he would have won
and
it, right?
yeah, yeah, I guess.
Get in your bag.
Speaking of Drew, he can't make it tonight. Drew is I think he got his car booted
Is
at the
this serious?
casino.
Yeah.
He's been
Is that a
there.
joke, bro?
He's been there since like 1 a.m.
hmm
I
He
hope
threw a
not.
thousand. He threw 1,000 on red.
I don't think it's
Hit,
true.
doubled down on red again, and then lost it all.
I don't know if I see Drew double down on red. I don't think so.
But no, yeah, Drew. He's not here today. He'll be back. Just busy. Family always comes first, especially in the kingdom. So, of course, we understand here. Moving on, let's go to Colin versus Jerry. Damn, 1 point game. Colin
Crazy.
pulled this one out. Jerry was just begging for a win. I mean, they dropped 64, and then 79 and have a chance at a win. Damn. Jerry's team is just not great. It's got some solid pieces, but the veterans on this team are just non-existent. They're non-existent. The young guys, I can see futures of, but these veterans are just atrocious. I mean, Pat Mahomes on the bench, and it's like, damn, rightfully so. I mean, he dropped 12. I mean, that would have won him the game. It's like Jerry out-psyched himself putting Kirk Cousins in. Just always start Pat. It's Pat. It's Pat. He would have won the game.
And
But
Kirk threw 2 picks too. That's tough.
yeah, it was Mixon's back.
Oh, take those 2 picks
Stroud
back.
sucked. Special teams and defense won it for Colin as well. So gutsy win by Colin.
Just a horseshit win by Colin. I think it was bullshit. Joe Mixon saved them.
Yeah.
And here we go with Jerry. I mean, this is the time of the year, right? He starts off with a nice win, and then we get deep in the season. Game starts to stack up, and he's a couple games under 500. And here comes the yearly sale for Jerry Hernandez. Who is he
You
going
think
to trade
so?
off now? Who is he going to
Think of
I think he makes a
Thanksgiving?
trade. Yeah, who's he going to send off right here? I mean, who's the guy? This year, I don't know if he has the guy. Travis Etienne last year had juice. Seraphine went
Right.
and got him.
Paid the
This
price.
year,
He paid the price for him too.
yeah, and he paid a price. And like you said, Jesse, this year, the veterans, I don't know. And he's rumors have it Neighbors is untouchable. So did I text him 10 times to discover that? Yes, but Neighbors is untouchable.
Brian
Um,
Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, let's see who that is. Who wants to snag Jacobs? So someone just buying on Josh Jacobs. He's been pretty decent. DK Metcalf is injured, but I think he's had a good year. I don't know if he has that guy to trade this
Yeah.
time around. So I think he might be
Yeah.
stuck. I think he's got picks, whatever, for the next year, but yeah, man, this is a depressing loss by Jerry. I think he's gonna spaz out and make a trade out of frustration and mix it with, well, I don't care. He's gonna blend it and be a fucking bum about it. But a great game by two sorry ass teams.
Yeah, I think tough game. I think both guys. I mean, both guys could have started someone better. But Jerry, tough loss. Yeah, I think he's got to start thinking like, does he have the players to get go 6-0 from here on out? I don't know if he's got those guys. They're just not
6-0?
scoring. 6 because like that's kind of what he would kind of need to do.
I know what I'm saying. Yeah, hell no, he's not going 6-0 all the way out. He's nowhere near the guys to get that
So
done.
that's why I'm bringing it up. It's like, what do you
Yeah.
know? But hey, that same story applies to Colin. Like 80 points, sure, you did well with Joe Mixon. CJ Stroud is crashing without Nico Collins, because CJ Stroud is not Josh Allen. CJ Stroud doesn't operate outside of the pocket, so he is a lesser quarterback.
Kind of.
And Colin, like, what are you trying to do here? Like, are you gonna move Joe Mixon? Because sure, you pulled out a win with 80 points, but a lot of the teams this week would have beat anybody, right? Like, who wouldn't want this matchup against Colin or Jerry or Drew and La Familia? Like, we all want it, I wanted it, I just feel like if I had it, it'd be a different story. My record would be not what it is. So just an interesting story here of like who needs to start thinking about the future, who needs to start thinking about the first round pick, maybe. Just a lot of management's got to get together and decide a path forward.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I hear you. I agree with a lot of that. Moving on, we can go me versus County Jail. Just gutsy game. Injuries. When played both of us, but we got it out the mud. It just came down to like me and the warden. We met up. Suit and tie. Said fuck this. Put on the gloves. Just went out there and had a good old fashioned fucking squabble. Right in front of the county jail. With King J, my people there. We got the county jail people there, sanctioned off, no news, no cameras, none of that. Just fucking straight up boxing match. Me and the warden, and warden came out on top. So I got to tip my cap to him. But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna meet the warden at his front door. That's what I say about this game. I don't really have anything to say about what really happened in the game. I just want him to know I'm always gonna meet him at the front door.
Yeah, and I could tell it was that kind of game. You had Kyron, James Conner, they stepped up. And they kind of carried the scoring from the position players, really. Jaden Daniels went out. His defense, anytime you get above 10, you gotta fuck with that pick. But yeah, 89.74 to 83.14. Kenneth Walker's just been a dog all year. It was nice to see Amon Ra, be the guy on the offense. I mean, I think he's definitely been scoring, but to see him get the 112 yards was good to see. I mean, the last couple of weeks he's been like 30 to 50. He scores though because they're fucking blowing and they're blowing the teams out, and this is time to run plays for linemen and shit. But
and he's a dog.
And he's a dog, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I would ask you is, Travis Kelce, man, is he holding you back? I mean, I know you probably don't have a lot of options. I mean, tight ends are tough, but I just think that he's been a disappointment, man. And he's over there on his fucking podcast, fucking around, joshing around, and he looks slow. He just looks like a bum out there. 1.7. The Chiefs don't look that good. I mean,
Right.
their offense for fantasy, I would say, does not look that good. I mean, their defense is really, really good. And at the end of the day, I mean, going to a fourth quarter tie game, give me the Chiefs over any team in the NFL. It's not even close. But again, this is a fantasy podcast, assholes, for everyone watching. The Chiefs offense is not that good. So I think Kelce, man, just couple rough performances, but it was a great game. And I think this would be a good playoff matchup if y'all mad.
Yeah, real quick on Kelce. I've been this year 10 of the kingdom. Certain players, they just blossom at the end of the season, and you look back like, damn, like Mike Evans last year. Seraphin traded him for a box of Cheetos, and then I think you trade him for a little more than Seraphin, and then he turned into just a great player for me.
Questionable trade.
I got a box of chocolates.
What was questionable trade?
The Mike Evans trade. What did you Ruben got Mike Evans, traded him to you for a bag of chips and
but how do you get
chocolates?
He got him from you first, though.
Chocolates.
No, he got him from Gotti first. My trade with Gotti was fair.
Yeah.
My trade with Gotti was fair.
Yeah. But anyways, so he was traded a lot, disappointment and all that. I'm just kind of like sitting back. You know what? It's tight end. I'm not. It's not PPR league, so he's not gonna be that effective as he is in the other leagues I have, or the other league I have him in. So like, but I'm just waiting for that stretch, that 3 game stretch where he looks like that old Kelsey. I'm not really sweating that at all, to be honest. So, it's Travis Kelsey. I'm actually happy I can just look at my lineup and my tight end. I don't even worry about it. Like
Yeah.
it'll click soon.
Yeah, no, fascinating game here. I just want to point out I called it in the first second of the Saints game. I took a
On Thursday
screenshot
night.
for everybody. I took a screenshot of
Yeah.
Alvin
On Thursday night football.
Kamara having 0.1 points, and it was like 2 seconds into the first quarter, and I titled it "The Fall of Kamara" or something because he's bad.
You talking about the Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure. Well, every other game, he's been he's like number 3 running back, but the Thursday night game, that's where it's like, the broken ribs, broken hand. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I called it, right? Like I called it. I know what's going on in that organization.
It's Thursday night.
You think I'm just saying things, No, I see what's going on in that organization. It's bad. It's bad.
Thursday night
I don't
game,
want any part of that offense. They're crumbling. They haven't been the same team since the first 2 weeks. They've been struggling. And Kamara's paying for it. I called it. I can't wait to see next week where he drops another 2 points. After the Kamara thing, though, yeah, I think this just came down to poor management. You obviously see, like, if you would have put the better man in, you would have easily won this game. You switched Garrett Wilson for T. Higgins. That's funny. I don't know. It's just a lot of back and forth. It seems like there's a lot of indecisiveness. There's not a clear direction. There's not a clear lead. People are like wondering, like, the organization's crumbling or not from within. I think there's gonna be a coup here soon. But and then Justin, great win for Justin, especially with Jaden Daniels only putting up 5 points. I mean, when you have a great quarterback and he puts up, less than 10 points, it's worrisome in the week. But even with those 5 points, a little bump in the road for Jaden Daniels. Big win for Gotti there.
Real quick, just to respond on that, I don't want to take anything away from your perspective, just because having one from where your franchise has been. I do get why you come to the conclusions you come to, but at the end of the day, it's you got to think a little bigger picture, a little bit, just a little more strategy involved. A little more chess, not checkers. But I get your perspective from where your franchise is at.
I mean, you lost. I don't know what game you're playing. You're bad at it. But
I'm bad at it. I got the most wins in Kingdom history.
I mean, we're talking about this week. I mean,
I'm bad at it this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, are you playing for championships this year, or are you just playing so that you can continue?
Well, I can win one championship. I can win one championship. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We have different perspectives.
It's lost in the past.
You ain't been in the mountaintop.
I don't know what's going on.
You haven't seen the view. If you've seen the view I've seen, bro, you'd be like, wow, you get it.
I doubt that perspective is any better.
That's why people that have seen that view, we all kind of agree that the view that we've seen is like, oh yeah, of course. Like, but that's neither here nor there. We got you. I mean, damn, you're 2-5. I mean, how much can we really take here seriously that you say in terms of like who's good or bad? 2-5. It's gonna be a battle for the for the playoffs for you, man. You in for another roller coaster of a season.
I just want to say real quick, Surfing, pretend it's not me that beat you. That was a tough loss. I think that was a tough loss, bro. I think you had a lot of momentum.
He did, man. He needed that one.
The season's not. I mean, it's tough because you can still. I think Surfing will make the playoffs. Actually,
Warzone out there. Warzone.
That's definitely a halting loss there, especially with the way your team played, especially with the way you lost too. I mean, I think you deserve to win that game, but when you have a top 6 quarterback like I do, and I know you have a top 4, but just to respond to your bullshit, we got it done. But that's just not to go off subject. Just what a tough loss for you.
I think like, okay, yeah, you're just like trying to discredit the fact, the reality that your team is struggling and you're struggling to make good decisions. If that's what you
Who?
need to say to cope with
Who's
that,
struggling? Only person that has a
if
losing
that's what you
record
got
in
to
this
say
little
to cope
triangle is
with,
you.
your mistakes. Okay, Jesse, you've said
Bro,
what you
aren't you the
said.
one? You're hold on, talk about decisions and shit. You're happy your receiver towards ACL, so you can fucking
Oh,
it's
I
one
didn't
less
say
decision for you
that.
to
I
I'm
didn't
make.
say that. I
so
just
happy.
think the
Bro, I'm
it's
sorry,
a little easier.
relieved.
It's a little
You're
easier.
relieved. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's a little easier. It's not relieved.
Wait. I missed that. Why is he relieved?
He's relieved because Ayuk, since Ayuk is out, now he doesn't have to worry like, should I start JMO? Should I start
Yeah.
someone else? There's one less
Wow.
person.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it's a
So
reality, isn't it?
he's afraid of putting like the pants on and going to work and
Talking
Exactly.
kind of
about
like he
I
wants
can't
autopilot.
choose. I can't choose
He
Ayuk
oh
anymore. I don't understand.
wow.
It is
I mean I
stressful.
always took him for an autopilot owner, but I didn't really think he would ever admit it like that. It's all about making the right play. If you can't make the right, that's why you want to say it's all luck and it's all whatever, and it's just like pixie dust and whoa, we don't know,
Yeah.
we know when it's a new sport every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, get your chessboard out.
You lost. I don't get it. Where's your chessboard?
I'm.
Where's your
What's my record?
chessboard? I'm
What's my
trying to
record? What's my
understand.
record? What's my record? All right,
You
4 and
lost
3,
this week
4 and
though.
3.
Like,
But what are
no.
you?
You're
2
talking
and
like,
5, bro.
you're
You're 2 and
talking
5.
like I'm making bad
You're 2 and
decisions and
5, bro.
things like
You
this. But it's
are
like, well, you also
2 and
lost. Like,
5,
I don't
bro.
understand.
Hey,
Like,
all I know is look, we got 1, 2, 3. All right, 5 of the playoff spots are taken right now. There are 2 spots ahead of you. So the last spot right now is between you, Jerry, Captain, and Drew. It's just that's the tier that you're in. I feel like you just have once you accept that tier, these conversations will go a lot more smooth. I feel.
nah.
You
So
guys play
all
week
right. So
13.
let me just bring
What'd
this
you say,
up
Ruben?
here.
You guys play week 13. I'll be excited.
Let me just bring this up
Yeah,
here.
but we already played, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened in that game? Let me go back and look at that game.
You won.
You
Yeah.
gonna say something? What are you gonna say?
Okay.
So here's the thing. I didn't want to bring this up, but
Yeah, I won.
currently
Good trash.
through week how many weeks have we gone through now? Is this are we going into week 8?
Yeah.
So through 7 weeks,
Yeah.
my team is the second most scored against team
Oh,
out
boo-hoo.
of the season. I have
Oh, then
here we
score more
go.
then,
Here we go,
bro.
Jesse. Here we go. I have 724 points scored against me. Jesse has 654
Boo-hoo.
points. 70-point difference. That's a whole week's
Boo-hoo.
worth. Like we've seen
Mm.
teams only drop 70, 80 points. That's a
Mm.
whole week's worth. That's almost like these last 7 weeks, one team didn't show up against Jesse in 1 week. He only had 6 opponents in 7 weeks. I have had decent opponents for the last 7 weeks. Like
But you went on
there's something to
autopilot.
say.
That's why
There's
you
something to
keep
say
losing.
about that. That my record is
You
not
got to take it off autopilot.
my record is not a representation of the talent on my team. There's a bigger
No,
picture.
I wouldn't say that.
Right?
I think a
Like,
better owner could have a better record. I think a better manager would have a better record. I agree with that.
But I've
They got a
also
better
had,
coach.
and then I've also I've scored decently with 667, which it hasn't been a lot. But how do you
Right.
win games when you're being scored against second most in the league? How do you win games
I would say this
when you
because
play
I'm not on autopilot.
somebody
Because I'm
and they're
not on autopilot.
dropping 100
Every
plus
week,
points?
I mean, yeah, I can answer one question at a
Right. I
time
mean,
or
look at
5.
Colin,
But
Jerry,
look,
Drew,
it's
80
because
point
every week is a
games,
new game,
80
and that's what
point
you need to
games.
understand is that every matchup is different. So when you take each matchup 1 week at a time and really try to win that matchup, that's how you end up with a better record. Instead of leaving it on autopilit, leaving it up to the
Where's this
projections, leaving
autopilot
it.
coming from?
You
Autopilot's off.
want Ayuk injured, so you don't have to make a decision. You just want to put your starters in and just be like, that's my starting lineup.
Well,
That's just
also,
not how people win championships. You're gonna learn that the hard way. You're gonna get
It hasn't
you need
been
to get
on.
more
It hasn't
depth.
been on autopilot.
It
I
has been
don't
on
know where you're getting that
autopilot.
narrative from.
Their records look at that autopilot 2 and 5. But yeah, what you gonna say, Ruben?
also too, Seraphim, by the way, to give you credit, you're in the top half of the scorers for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Just since we're here at an
Nice, dude.
observation, Captain has scored more by 10 points than you. This is not really about you, but just he scored more than you and he's had more scored on him. So I think that
20 points. I mean, the margin there is
um,
much smaller than like me and Jesse versus me and Captain.
no, it is. I'm just saying,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
someone else is that's I guess by your logic who's getting fucked. So is he.
Yeah. When I started, I said I'm second in that, most
No, that's
scored.
true.
Captain is one. But I think it's interesting stat. I mean, it's an interesting thing. Like Ruben, you're kind of in the same boat as Jesse, only 650 points. Like, what? How different is your record if we just slap another 80 points scored against you any given week? Like a lot of your games kind of close. Um, I wonder how many games Jesse could survive with an additional 80, 70 points being
Bro, I've
dropped on
scored
him through 7 weeks. Like,
23 points. Anyways, go ahead. Okay. All right. Let's get to Ty's game before he gets mad at us. I'm just
Good
playing.
luck. All right, here we go. Let's
The
see.
start
Ty
of the week.
Perry played, 148. Hell of a week for Ty. Number one in the season right now, 148. Everything just seemed to click for him. Even with Debo Samuel dropping zero. Tank Bigsby is, I think it's kind of like obvious he's going to be the starting running back going forward. I think ETN's days are done. And then we can finally close that book. I'm glad I canceled that trade. I almost traded for him like wild big. I woke up to Bigsby like one touchdown, and I'm like, oh, he just put another one, bro. I canceled the trade immediately, but I thought everyone
I
was about
think
to
I
like see
declined.
that.
I'm pretty sure I declined it.
Nah, nah,
Thinking
you
back
declined
to
one
it,
of
I
them.
declined it.
You declined one of them, but there was one that was still open with
No,
that. I
both
was
of
like,
them. I usually
bro,
decline
I know
both.
like, bro, I literally have never done like in my life, bro. I literally sat there involuntarily did that shit.
What
I
was the
was
trade? Do
that
you remember?
relieved. It
It
was
was ETN
like
for like Camara.
nah, it was like ETN for I don't know. You got so many bad players. I don't know. I forget, but um,
So why you traded for him? I don't understand. Make it
exactly.
make sense.
That hence the what was I doing? It was like I was drunk and like Saturday night. I woke up like in a panic. Like that trade still
Damn.
open. Like cancel. Anyways, the books closed on ETN. Sometimes you swing, you miss. I always like Brees Hall, so I think Colin Gibbs is good. Um, but yeah, Ty Perry going crazy. Barkley, Hunt, Hurts showed up finally. Bigsby, like I said, the special teams was there. Kevin Lee put on a good game too. That Monday night, he kept cooking with Henry and Adams didn't really do shit. But yeah, great win for Ty Perry.
Yeah, great win for Ty. He spazzed. He had Saquon playing his old team, so that everyone knew that's a
Mm,
touchdown. He was on
yeah,
all my tickets.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, so far the Eagles team is working for him. I think that Ty finds himself in a situation, though, in my opinion, where he has Bigsby, he has Jordan Mason, he has Kareem Hunt.
Mm,
When Pacheco comes back, when CMC comes back, you know, I think ETN's still part of the things too. So I think that Ty's as a classic first half team, and I commend him for what he's done thus far. Like I always say, two-time champ with a haymaker punch. That's what I always say about him. He's a dog, champion in the league, proven winner. And he's doing what he's got to do right now. I mean, he's definitely made a statement with that win, but just a game I saw coming. I didn't know he was going to score all that, but I thought he was definitely going to kick Captain's ass. So
mm.
yeah, good dub.
Yeah, Ty 150 points with Devo Samuel scoring zero is pretty impressive. Great starts by Ty, benching Jordan Mason. Um, and yeah, tough loss for Captain. Captain would have won against a lot of other people this week, but sometimes you face those juggernauts. Those teams with quarterbacks can't put 120 plus on you. So, and Ty's got one of those teams, right? He's got one of those perfect teams rolling into the playoffs, 150-point possibility is always something you want, even that, a chance like that in the championship game. Always want something like that, and Ty proving that his team can get it done. So, yeah, just another boring week for Ty.
Hey, before we get into the final topic, I just want to go over real quick the playoff percentages so far. The notable ones.
Mm.
Ty and me have 99% chance of making it. Jesse has an 85% chance. Gotti has an 87% chance. So we're the four with over 80. And then here we go. I mean, this is Colin has 76. Serafin has 35. Alonso has 52. Jerry has 16. Drew has 17. So I always think those are a little bullshit. I remember I was offended when I was like 81% chance. I thought it was last year. I was very upset by that. But just interesting, I'm not ready to go into playoff mode yet because I still want to obviously enjoy it.
Yeah,
We have a
I
long
feel like
season
it's early
left.
still. Yeah.
But I think it's cool to see 99% next to me and Ty. I think that's really fucking dope. And you still and then you have the other guy. You have Justin, you're at 85 and Justin at 87, bro. That's fucking
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
what a season he's having, man.
Man, playoffs are creeping up on us though, man. We gotta start buckling down here, man.
Time flies. I told you in eighth grade. Time flies.
I guess, man. I can't stop it. So I mean, you're right on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Trade deadline, November 20th, 12 p.m. Central. 12 p.m. Central. Set your calendars. November 20th. It is a Wednesday. Um, but yeah, we're in about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, it's gonna get like real serious. Not this week.
Yeah.
2 weeks. That's when I get real serious.
All right.
Um,
Rapid fire these.
what's up?
So you want to
Yeah.
rapid fire these like last time?
Did we go over everyone's game?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, rapid fire. I got I got Gotti pulling out a dub versus Trey. It's not because I'm looking at Kyron dropping 17 already on Thursday night. It has nothing to do with my decision. But I do think Gotti, even without McLaurin, I think he can get a dub here. I think Montgomery has a revenge game. Um, I think Ty's team went crazy last week. Maybe it cools off a little this week, but I think it'll be a good game. Two good teams going at it. Then we got Giddies and Titties, Gibbies and Titties, Cabin, versus Cabin. I mean, who do I have winning this game? Damn. Nah, I got Cabin winning this game. I got Cat winning this game. I think Caleb's gonna have a big week. James Cook, Henry looks amazing. Adams, I think he gets out a little bit more on page. Harrison's due for a bounce back. Andrews look good. But I think Seraphin puts up a fight. But I think I got Captain winning this one, even though I was wrong last week on Captain. Can't keep making me wrong, Captain. All right. La Familia versus Young Bucks. I'm going Young Bucks. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think La Familia is just like crumbling at the seams. Like I said, nothing to do with Jordan Addison looking terrible today, and Cooper Kupp looking like he's 43. Yeah. Now we got Chopped and Drew versus Hate It here. Now, I'm wondering how long is Jerry going to hate it here. It might be a while. It really might be a while. So, I think Chopped and Drew is just pummels this dude. I think Jerry's team is just the morale's down, the culture's down. I think a pizza party would go a fucking long way. It would go a fucking mile for this team. Just some Domino's and some RC or some shit like that. This team is some party poopers. Some talent on there. There's some young talent on there. But like I said, the veterans are just like some dudes that like they just like never grew up, but then like they're trying to be like cool enough with like the young guys, just like be like to talk to like their girls, like still be act like they got more money than them just because they work full time. The young guys don't work full time yet. It's like, but yeah, I got Drew.
I'll go real quick. Me, Young Bucks, your boy versus La Familia. I got me. I think Justin Jefferson did a great job today. Could have been actually a little better, but I'm not gonna be picky. I just thought he had a crazy first half. I thought he was gonna score 2 touchdowns. I mean, we'll see though. I think if Lamar snaps, that might be a problem. But I got me. I'm thinking a close game. I got Ty beating Justin, Branch County Joe. I think it's a big win. It's a big game for Gotti, but I think There's a bigger win ahead of him. I don't think this week is it. But what a season again. I mean, I vouched for him to have his own topic 2 weeks ago because I was just so impressed with with the season. Seraphine and captain. I think Seraphine is gonna win this game. I think Seraphine's team is playing well, and I think if he keeps waiting it out, a playoff is in his future. I think captain. I don't know. I want to see him do good if Derrick Henry doesn't do good.
See, playoffs in Serpent's future. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, this year.
All
I
right,
think
all right,
Seraphine.
continue. I just want to make sure I heard that right. You can see my fault.
All right, I got you. I want to see Captain do good if Derrick Henry's not doing good. I know that's asking a lot. I think that's not even fair, but I just want to show me that you have a good team. Show me that you're not just Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry. Like, show me that you can put up 95 with Derrick Henry not playing good. I mean, let me see Marvin snap. Let me see, let's get the ball rolling here a little bit. But I got Seraphine winning. Drew versus Jerry. Um, I think Pat Mahomes snaps. I think I got Jerry. I think Pat Mahomes
Wow,
carries him. I think Pat
wow.
Mahomes has his first big game. Um, yeah, and then we got Jesse versus Colin. I can't really look at Colin's team and take that bullshit serious. I'm going Jesse's team.
Thank you.
Wayne. I just think
I didn't
Jaden
think I
Reed
won
and
my team.
Zay Flowers is off. It's such a bullshit duo that Colin's trying to promote. That he's got this good young core, but Zay Flowers and Jaden Reed, I like them individually, but
Mm.
just get that shit out of my face.
I also had me winning. I don't think I went over my game. I had me kicking Collins' ass. Continue.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so those are my predictions.
Okay. I can get my predictions out. Yeah, Jesse against Colin. I got Jesse winning. Just solely on the fact that Joe Burrow has been playing better than, or fantasy wise, better than CJ Stroud. So, um, I think Jesse's gonna get the win there. Um, Drew and Jerry, I think if you've got a brain, Jerry's going to pull the win out. It's not a secret. It's not chess. It's just having a brain at this point.
Um,
After that, we got La Familia and Ruben. Yeah, I got Ruben winning this. It's if La Familia is able to, with Lamar Jackson and Cooper Cup pretty much matching Jefferson. I don't want to rule out La Familia, but you can never doubt Ruben's team going into any week. So I got Ruben, Gotti, and Ty. You got to go with Ty. He's just been playing so well this year. I don't think that's going to change. I think it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a high scoring affair, but it's going to seem like a waste to Gotti because he's going to end up losing. And then I got my game and captain's game, which is arguably, I think, the game of the week. The real 2-5 teams going at it, figuring out what's happened next season or this season.
The
Because,
shame of the week.
after whoever wins this is probably going to the playoffs. I don't want to rule out if one of us loses.
Yeah, you're not
we're
in
not
that
going to
category. You're not in
go.
that category.
But definitely looking at like the rosters, this is the game of the week. This is deciding the 6th seed.
I agree.
This is the real
Yeah.
2-5 in the league.
A real 2-5. That's the first time I ever heard that.
I got myself winning here. I've just been playing really well. Team's been clicking. Stephon Diggs had a little
But you
down
lost.
week,
You
but
lost though
he'll
last week. You lost.
he'll get a bounce back here.
The real 2-5
That's,
team.
All right.
I just have one thing to say, Jesse, just
Mhm.
before, I don't want to categorize this, make it a theme. Obviously, Drew not being here because he had to go get his asthma prescription from Walgreens and like you said, stopped at the casino and then went buck wild.
Yeah.
But
1,000 on red, one, double down.
doubled down
I
and
don't
red,
know if I
locked that one.
believe that.
yeah.
That's insane. That's
yeah.
that's insane. I can't imagine he doubled down on red.
Yeah, double down on red.
How many times was
50,
it black
right?
before?
49, 48, whatever.
How many times
Yes.
was it black before? Was it like black
I
4
mean,
times in a row?
I don't got the chart.
That's
But
insane.
yeah, he's still it's a field thing. It was a field thing. Then he went out to his car and it was booted, so he slept in his car, and
I don't
you
know if
know,
that's true.
and he's still there. That's what's crazy. That's
You
what's
should go
fucked
pick
up.
him
He's in
up.
Michigan. He's in Michigan.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all right. What else you want to say, Ruben?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, so my network bandwidth is low and I panicked. Just one thing I wanted to point out here. I think Captain admitted it, but I think it's absolute bullshit that I've never been number one in the Captain Times. And I think that he always does, takes a fucking hiatus every time that I deserve to be the number one spot. And again, Ty is well deserving. If he wanted to give it to Ty, even though I beat him after dropping 148, we still have the same record. I wouldn't hate it. But I just find it funny whenever I'm at the top of, and again, I don't think I'm going to be the number one team all year. I just want to say that. Okay. I don't think that by week, in a couple weeks, I have to be number one the rest of the way. I'm just saying, whenever I feel like I deserve the number one spot in the power rankings for that moment, he always takes his fucking breaks, and I'm sick of it. And he was like, "Oh, Ruben, you're capping. You're just saying shit." And then he put in the group chat, "Oh shit, I checked my notes. You have never been number one." And that's just like my little rant. I think it's
Yeah.
a biased media over there. I feel like Dave Portnoy with the New York Times, like I know Dave Portnoy goes through it. So I just wanted to mention that, man. I think there's some bullshit going on here. And obviously in this podcast, we keep it a buck. And, I'm never going to do that to anybody. But I need to see my fucking name number one on that shit at some point. Thank you, asshole.
And I'll just add, I don't think you'll ever be one, at least this time, this season. I just think there's better teams out there. I think
Wow.
Captain
There's
knows what
better
he's
teams
doing. He's
out
been
there.
doing power rankings since I think the beginning. So, give credit where credit's due. It's something like some of us just don't understand. There's an art to it. There's something about those power rankings that make it the Captain Lee times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about him. Yeah. I want to round this episode off with just reminding me again, creeping up, just still early playoff predictions. All right, on these teams, who's gonna make the playoffs? Okay, I think Ruben's gonna win. The West. Um, I think that I'm gonna win the East, just like I won last year. I'm gonna hunt Ty down. I think Ty takes the 3 seed. I think Justin takes the 4 seed. Um, Colin takes the 5, and then 6. Man, oh man, 6. I got Captain.
Check
All
your
right.
text, Ruben. I just called it. I knew what Jesse's 6 was going to be.
That's funny as hell.
Why is that? Why? How'd you know,
Because you're
Cameron?
biased.
Why am I
You're
biased?
biased. You're just extremely biased.
To what?
But I'll go ahead with my playoff rankings.
I'm not. I don't love Captain that much. I
I
promise you.
got I got Ty with the number 1 seed. I think I got Gotti with the second, Ruben with the third. Um yeah, Jesse with the fourth. Yeah, this is where it gets tricky, right? Like after the 4th seed, it's like I think Alonso, he's a 5th seed, and then I think we're gonna be able to turn this around. I think I'm gonna put myself in the 6th seed.
It's fair.
All
That's
right.
fair. Yeah,
Right?
that's
It's
not biased at all.
unbiased, right? It's
Yeah, that's
unbiased. It's
very unbiased.
unbiased. It's
Oh, of course,
unbiased.
putting yourself in the 6 seed. That's so
Unbiased.
unbiased.
That's unbiased journalism. That's what
Right.
that is.
Yeah, I'll go real quick. Again, I got me at the 1 seed, 6 game win streak. Geez, I've only lost, my God, since dating in the last year, I've only lost 2 games, and Jesus, it's just really a special run that we're having here in Young Bucks, and it's not getting realized, especially by,
I feel like it is.
Yeah, well,
Everyone's giving you flowers.
yeah, it's
Every stop,
fair.
every stop.
Maybe it's just one person. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no,
You're right.
oh yeah, of course. Everything,
No,
yeah, like
I am getting
that,
my flowers. That is true. I
Yeah,
am.
yeah, good
I-
the
call out
servant.
there, Jesse.
Don't let
Good
servant
call out.
cloud
No,
the
you're right.
vision of
I
Right,
everyone, the
right.
rest of the
definitely,
There's 10
kingdom.
other
yeah,
people.
I
Right,
Ten other
Seraphim,
definitely.
people.
he's playing a role, I
Facts.
guess. He's
I got me on the 1 seed. I got Ty at the 2 seed, but both of us winning. I got Ty winning the East. I got me
ah,
winning the West.
okay,
That's
bookmarked, clipped.
clipped. All right, yeah, clip it, motherfucker. I got Jesse at the 3 seed. Boom. I got Gotti at the 4 seed. I got Colin at the 5 seed, and then I got Seraphin at the 6 seed. Part of me wants to put Seraphin at the 5 seed, honestly. I think, Seraphin just has to find
Yeah, autopilot.
that matchup. I mean,
You're
I
not an
think
autopilot.
I Seraphin, I think if you just find let me look at your calendar, your schedule real quick. Give me like count to 5, and I'll be right there.
Right, Ruben. While you're looking, Ruben, like what are your thoughts on the autopilot part?
Uh, I think you made a great point. I mean, I was disappointed too to hear that.
Right.
It's part of the league, and it's part of the craft to really get to
Yeah.
the next level.
It's a way to just excuse it as like it's all pixie dust and
Yeah, and then
Neverland and
he's talking about a dude that just got suspended for 2 games as the other guy. So he's really maybe
I
yeah,
like that
but
point.
Seraphin, you got
he's
Captain,
backwards.
Gotti, Jerry. You have to win 2 out of these 3, and then you got Ty, Alonzo, Jesse, Colin. You have to find a way to win 2 out of those 4, and that's going to be your toughest one. You have to win against Captain. You have to win
Yeah.
against Captain. Bad, bad,
Yeah.
And I think you'll beat Gotti the next week. That's my lock of the next week. Seraphim will beat Gotti.
Coming down to it, we're getting into must-win territory, man.
Yeah, for Seraphim.
I gotta lock my shit. I'm not guaranteed. I got 3 losses to my name, so we got to bounce back here versus Colin. I think we can. I think Colin's a perfect opponent to do it against. Um, he's a great person to play after a loss.
Yeah, I always love that matchup, Colin versus Jesse.
Man, why is that?
Just think it reminds me of the good old days, It just reminds me of the good old days.
Yeah, like little Seahawks, Patriots.
Yeah, there's something just magical about it. Two Goliaths of franchises going at it, and the jabs that get thrown throughout the week. I hope I get to see them around Friday, Saturday night. I know it's Halloween weekend, kind of, but
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you guys can still get in a group chat and hype it up. I think that's my game of the week. Colin Jesse.
Me versus Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, it's a Cold War going on. There's a lot of people out west I'm at Cold War with. I think, really, I think Drew is the only, peaceful territory out there that that I can navigate. I think there's a lot of hatred out west for King J. I don't know what I did. I don't know if it's because of just how I have to be jurisdiction. I'm in the east, but it still has to go west, and that's just what has to be realized. I still the sun. It goes up in the east and it goes down in the west. That's you have to look at it like that for me. Like you just can't escape it. Everybody needs the sun. That's me. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle, Colin. There will be some jabs thrown. Colin likes nowadays. He likes to kind of play it cool and then like go for a fucking the jugular once there's no hope left. So I'm definitely gonna get my licks in early. Because like I said, I like talking shit when the score 0-0. I don't know. I think Cadman hit me on the side last week. I don't think he didn't like that. But that's just what it is. And Cadman has to understand. We go back Reader Park days. You know how I am when it comes to talking shit. We go talk shit when it's 0-0. And then if you win, like the warden got me, and we put them gloves. We put the gloves on. We took the gloves off by round 3 outside the county jail and just threw them hands. You know what I'm saying? First one that fucking falls loses, and that's what it was. And I tip my cap to the warden. So I mean, I'm ready for this matchup. Um, I'm ready. I'm ready for basketball too, which crazy teams in basketball right now. Ruben's actually had some life. There's a pulse down in Ruben's team. This is something we haven't seen in years. I wouldn't even doubt to say 7 to 8 years. We haven't seen this type of pulse. from
No,
Ruben's team. So
pre-COVID.
pre-COVID, it had to be pre-COVID. It had to be pre-COVID. Like, I'm talking about James Harden and the Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, been a while. Anyone else got anything to say?
No.
No.
Just next week we'll have a guest. Tune in.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'll be a special guest. I think we have a good idea who it'll be, but we don't want to reveal a secret. You just got to tune in. You gotta join the Patreon. Go on Rumble and what's that one called? Fucking no, there's something I swear, but it's screaming at.
No, yeah, no, it's like a
Yeah,
screaming.
Twitch, yeah, Rumble, Twitch. Yeah, I get it. And we're actually doing a serve and staying up till 12 a.m. Pacific time. So it's like 2 a.m. our time. Yeah, that's a wrap.